Welcome back, Spartans. This is JAG, aka Leonidas. It's another Tuesday, and I'm back with another Clash Royale video. Before we start, and just as a reminder, every Thursday I will be releasing Call of Duty mobile video, while every Friday and Sunday will be a DBZ Kakarot playthrough. On today's video, I'm going to be showing you one of the best Golem decks that you can make at Arena 8, but also one that you can take up to the 4,000 plus trophy leagues. Before we start, I just want to talk briefly about the role of each card and then jump into the strategies of how to win using this deck. So first things first, I've pushed from Arena 8 to Arena 9 with this deck, winning 10 matches and losing 0. Just to show proof, you can see here that I am talking about the 10 wins, as you can see there, up till the 2300, which I started at. I have seen variations of this deck in Grand and Royal Champion, so I can say this deck will be very good if you're able to master it. As you can see, this deck contains a 4.3 average elixir count, which is quite heavy. All cards except Lightning and Golem should be used in your single elixir to defend up until you get to the double elixir, which is when this deck becomes very powerful. Bar Barrel and Tornado are your anti-Gob Barrel cards. Tornado is going to be your anti-Hog card, while Baby Dragon and your Mega Minion are going to act as your anti-Loon or Aerial cards. Let's jump into those replays. So this first replay here, as you're going to see, is going to be more just a general concept and just showing you kind of how to stop a few cards. I'm a little bit higher on the King Tower, but cards wise we're about the equal, and it's really what I was trying to go for. So like I mentioned, this deck comes into really two plays. Your first one is basically you're just going to defend until your double elixir time when this deck becomes powerful. It's really, you don't want to play the Golem if you can absolutely not in the single elixir. Same thing with the Lightning with few exceptions, as you saw right there with that Ram Rider right off the bat. But generally otherwise, you're going to be using your Night Witch, your Mega Minion, your Baby Dragon, your Bar Barrel, and your Lumberjack, and Tornado potentially too, depending on basically just trying to defend and keep that tower, all your towers up, and that way you can do a big push at the end, and then you're going to have a big advantage at least, especially on the fast cycle decks once double elixir hits. So one key tip with this deck is you have two options to stop Goblin Barrel. That's the main reason I showed this replay. The first one is the Bar Barrel itself, which will, along in this third of the same level, take them out, and then you won't have to worry about damage on your tower. The second's actually going to be with your Tornado, as you saw there, which you can use if positioned well to take minimal damage on the tower and to activate your main King Tower. So as you can see here, I'm just going to use the Night Witch just to stop the Dark Prince there. I wasn't able to get it in time for that Wizard, but then the Mega Minion just as the backup. Again, main thing, I'm just trying to bide time until that 1 minute mark, and that's when you're going to see the Golem start to be used at that point. Like I said, there are a few exceptions where you can use it earlier, mainly when you're going to do the kiting, but I'll show that in the third replay. So we're just about here. I'm going to speed that up just a tad. So as you can see, I'm going to try and stop that Ram Rider right off the bat. Ram Rider is pretty hard to stop with this deck, and you're really not going to have too many options besides dropping 2-3 cards in order to do it, at least in the single elixir. After that, you'll have a pretty good chance, and you can kind of pick and choose. So here what you're going to see is I drop that Golem, drop that Night Witch, mainly just act as defense. I'm not too concerned about those Goblin Barrels. I have that King Tower activated, so it's really going to provide a good defense without me having to focus. They're going to drop that Hunter there and the Skeleton Army, which is a good defense against the Golem, but the Skeleton Army is going to die whenever the Golem explodes, and that's why you see me back that up with your Lumberjack and your Baby Dragon. So I guess basically we're going to get into the second option here, or the first option still, which is double elixir is where we're doing our big push, and we're going to drop our Golem. So the main concept, which I try and do, is drop the Night Witch at the back, then I try and drop the Golem up in front if I can, and then you're going to have those two cards. If you have a third, you're going to either be able to cycle with, or be able to use the Lightning, which will be able to take out two of the cards defensively when they're at their tower and get damage on the tower, or you're going to drop the Baby Dragon or Lumberjack. It all depends on what card they use, so I generally wait, and then once I see that, then I'll drop that third card, and that's kind of what you saw here, what I was trying to get at. We'll get at the second method in the next replay. So the second replay here is just more, I wanted to show how to stop the blue, and it's pretty straightforward, but I wanted to show it mainly because I make these videos for basic players, intermediate players, and advanced players, and I try and show it for all levels. The main thing's easy, just use the Mega Minion if you have it in hand. If you don't have it in hand, you might have to cycle to it. So as you saw, I used the Baby Dragon and the Mega Minion to do that. You're going to see me push with the Lumberjack right away, just to try and see if I can get that Rage ability and get some major damage. I'm not sure if they disconnected or what, but they kind of dropped the card late. so it works out to my advantage. I'm just going to let this go and kind of go off on a tangent. The second method that I was talking about earlier in the first replay, what to do with the golem, is if you're able to, you're going to play it in single elixir. And the only way you're going to know if you're able to is mainly, it's going to be practice, but you're going to get used to, did you come out with a positive elixir trade, a significant one. So if you know that you have a decent amount of elixir higher than them, that's when, you know what, I'm going to drop the golem at the back. Even if they push, it's not too much of an issue because you might be able to spend a little bit of elixir and still get a decent push. And if they don't push, then you're going to be able to make a strong push, which will be the case here. I knew that if they did try and push that one side, I had the Mega Minion, the Tornado, the Baby Dragon to try and do some damage. And otherwise, if they don't, like they did here, I'm going to be able to play my other cards in behind it. And that was the main thing. Right now, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting, seeing, should I use my Lightning? Should I use my Baby Dragon? Decided to use the Baby Dragon. Wasn't worth using the Lightning. Then I used the Tornado to bring him in so the Skarmy dies. And then my Baby Dragon's also able to do splash damage that hits both the Baby Dragon and the Witch at the same time. So sometimes be a little patient on that Golem. You don't have to play your other card, your defensive card behind it too early. But make sure if you do play the Golem before the double elixir time, before that 1 minute mark, make sure that you have an elixir advantage like you saw there. So that's the main reason I showed this video, is for the balloon and for that as well. So we're just going to kind of play this out because, I mean, this is basically over, as you can see. So we're going to hit double speed on this. I mean, I got one tower that has 1,000 health left. They have less than that on their second tower. And I'm going to do a nice push here. And that Barb Barrel on that other side is going to do more than enough to stop the Wizard, which is 2 positive elixir trade there. And as you can see, played that combo that I did before. Night Witch, Golem, and then follow it up with something else, whether it be the Baby Dragon or the Lumberjack, which yields that 3-crown win. Okay, so this is the third and final replay that I'm going to be showing in this. If you want to, I don't know, if you want more videos, post them in the comment. Maybe I'll make them more advanced on this, but I actually did accidentally move to Arena 9, so I'll probably make a video on that at another time. So going for this, you're going to see something called the Golem Kite. It's basically just a normal kiting method that you can do with a lot of cards that are defensive attacking cards, for example, like Ice Golem or something like that. But in this case, you're going to see me use it with the Golem, and it's something you need to learn if you want to master this deck. So keep that in mind. It's not going to come for a little bit. I think it gets it in between about halfway or something like that. So you're going to see actually at the beginning, Showbit was probably actually the best match that I faced. They were a level 6. You can see I used the Tornado there, activate that King Tower. Crucial if you're going up against the Hog that you do that. But they actually did really well because they were pushing me right off the bat in single elixir, which is when I was the most weak. And most of my opponents didn't do that. So that's going to be a difficult scenario sometimes. So you're going to get pushed and there's just nothing you can do beyond trying to defend. And you know what? You might even lose a tower, maybe more. So it's just kind of depending on what deck they have, how they push and whatnot, and how experienced they are. So I see they're dropping the Witch again. I'm dropping that Mega Man at the back. I know they're going to drop that Giant Skeleton again. So that's why I'm going to use, this time, the Golem in front of it to act as a tank. And then this way I can also then drop in my Lumberjack just to do a little bit of damage. Hopefully get at that Giant Skeleton to take him out. And then that way then I don't have to worry about a big tank coming at my tower, and I'll be able to defend a lot more easily. So Night Witch, or the Witch, sorry, is almost dead. I got the Baby Dragon still, which is going to be able to do splash. So I'm not too concerned on my defense, and that Barb Barrel is going to be able to take out the remainder of the troops on the ground. Again, I am buying my time for the 1 minute mark, and I'm actually on the ropes where they're doing a lot better than I am, at least as far as the tower damage, but that's expected when it comes with this deck before the double elixir. So we're about to hit that 1 minute mark. This is where I'm going to make a bit of my comeback, and then we're going to end up winning this. So right now, again, waiting. I know that they're going to be dropping that Witch, so I'm just going to drop my Night Witch. I know that they're going to drop the Giant Skeleton like that. This is where I'm going to Golem Kite here. Drop them at the bridge like that, just to the left tile of that middle lane, and that's going to pull in that Giant Skeleton to the other side. Now I'm going to push with that Baby Dragon on this side. You're going to see me drop the Lumberjack because I knew that left lane was dead at that point, but I knew this right lane had a good chance of actually being able to push far up into the tower. And you're going to see actually I get a decent amount of damage on both of them as a result, especially since I used the Lightning on the left side to at least finish off the Giant Skelly and then pretty much finish off the Inferno Dragon. So now we're going to repeat again. Night Witch, going to wait, probably use the Golem in advance. In this case, I think that I'm going to actually drop the Mega Minion because I'm still just waiting to see what card they drop here. And then I noticed that they're not going to drop the Giant Skeleton quick enough, so I'm going to drop that Golem because this is going to work out, because then I can drop the Baby Dragon, and then I'm going to be able to Tornado or Lightning depending on what my preference is. In this case, I figured, okay, 1300 health, I can take out 2 cards, which you see the baby dragon and the witch die, and that's why I use the lightning in that case. So get a decent amount of damage. Gonna do a little bit of defense here, drop the bar barrel just to stop the inferno from really doing major. Tornado act as a defense here, and we are starting to do pretty good, and we got a little bit of our tower even at this point. So again, you're gonna see here the giant skeleton. I dropped the golem actually at the exact same time as he dropped the skeleton, so I couldn't kite in this case. So you're gonna have to see that I dropped the lumberjack just to take him out and keep the damage away from my tower. Drop the night witch there. I know it's gonna kill it, but at least the bats are gonna create enough of a defense and buy me some time that I can then attack, at least kill the remaining troops. And then my inferno dragon there that I know that's going to destroy the golem. You actually see me use the tornado there. Tornado is great because you can pull cards away from your cards. You can do last minute damage on the tower. You can pull cards into your tower, and you're going to see me lightning there because I know that I had about 500 health left. 2 lightnings is going to almost get me to that spot. So if I can just do a little bit more damage, then I should be able to pull this win. I knew they were going to drop the hog at one point because I've already been watching their cards and what they're going to play, and that's why you saw me do the lumberjack, the night witch, and all that. Here I'm able to do really good damage. Not many cards left on their side. Nothing really to stop that golem. I mean, here I'm going to use the mega minion. Again, you're going to see me use the tornado in that case. I have the king tower already activated, so I'm not too concerned. And I know they only have a fireball. So at this point, game is over, game is done, and they did actually a great job, especially for level 6, so I want to commend them on that because it was not an easy win. It was actually my toughest one. So that's it, everyone, for this video. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll catch you in the next video. This is me, JAG, signing off. I'll catch you later. Peace out.